Does MacBook Neo work in clamshell mode? Does it work on an external display with the lid down? It's a damn good question. And it's only one way to find out. Can we use the $599 MacBook Neo in clamshell mode with external monitors and as a productivity style computer when docked? Let's go, champs. What's up, y'all? It's Type Story Terry Warford. I'm back for another video. Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. And remember to be thankful for your freaking life today, because you did not have to have that. Seriously, with all this wild stuff going on in the world, just be thankful you are alive and well today. I'm sorry that I'm losing my voice. I was doing a whole lot of yelling and screaming yesterday. Don't ask me what I was doing, but I was. So my voice is a little hoarse. And a few things I want to say before we get into addressing this question on if the MacBook Neo can handle being ran in clamshell mode with the external monitor, okay? First of all, I didn't script this video. Y'all saw this is based off of a question off of the last MacBook Neo video, which, by the way, this does make the third video in the Neo series. The first video was my initial impressions. Second video, I tried to nuke this thing, so it's a serious stress test. I'm not gonna spill the tea, so make sure you go watch that after this video to see how it fared. But we need to remember that this is a $599 entry-level Mac computer. This is not for pro users. This is not for people who want to do serious creative work, although it's capable of some of that, but that's not what it's meant for. So any limitations that we find, you need to be mindful that this is a $599 computer, and even with those limitations, this is still the best $599 computer you can buy, unless you want to buy a older generation MacBook, which is not a bad idea. I mean, if you find a MacBook from 3 or 4 years ago, 5 years ago, that don't have a whole lot of battery cycles on it, you can get a much more powerful machine, but that's neither here nor there, okay? 599 bucks. I want to see if this thing will work in clamshell mode, and if it does, what type of ramifications does that have on performance and things like that. You would probably think that, Terry, that's a stupid video. All Macs can work in clamshell mode. That's true. However, we've never seen a Mac with an A18 cell phone chip in it, so things might be a little bit different. Now, I'm gonna test this out on both of my setups. All right, now you can probably see what type of freaking tech snob I am, okay? So I got an M4 Pro Mac Mini right here, and this is a Samsung 49-inch ultra-wide, 240 hertz OLED, 32:9 aspect ratio, and Macs do not like this ultra-wide 32:9 stuff. They do not scale properly. And this is my second setup. This is my M1 Max MacBook Pro. And this is also another high-end gaming monitor. Now, I'm in the process of building this setup out, which is why it still looks all plain. It looks like freaking mayonnaise over here, but that's neither here nor there. So this is a 32-inch 4K 240 hertz OLED that we're also gonna see if the Neo can push. Now, before I get to plugging up the Neo and all that stuff to monitors, we need to talk about the caveat real quick of 2 USB-C ports, okay? So to answer the question, first of all, yes, you can use external monitors with the MacBook Neo, all right? You can use it with the clamshell open or closed. Obviously, like every other Mac out there, the options change depending on if you're running it in clamshell or non-clamshell mode, okay? But the problem is we got 2 USB-C ports. Why do I have 4 fingers? We got 2 USB-C ports, all right? And of the 2 USB-C ports, only one is fast enough to run or push a monitor out of it. And it actually tells you if you plug it into the wrong one, like, hey, bro, that's the wrong hole. So you need to put it in the other. That was creepy. Okay, but you need to put it in the other USB-C port for you to be able to use any external monitor. There is no HDMI port. There's no display port or anything like that. All right, that creates another problem, though, because I need to use the computer's main port to push the display, but that leaves me only with the slower port, which means if I want to edit off of this machine, example, off of an external SSD, or if I have a camera that I want to get some footage off of or whatever, then that other port is slow as dog. Like, you might as well not even use it. So if you want to use an external display, I'm going to highly recommend that you use some type of Thunderbolt dock. There's some made by CalDigit, Ugreen. The one I have is, I don't know, I've had it for a couple years, but it works. All right, we're gonna start at the other setup first. And I'm sorry that the lighting over here is so disgusting, but because we were just talking about the dock, let me show you. Now, this is also gonna depend slightly on the monitor you're using. So if you have like an Apple Studio display, you'll be able to run this with no problem with resolution, scaling, power, all of that stuff. But if you're using a third-party display like this one, like I said, is made by Asus, this one does have power power delivery. So I only need one cable to be able to connect this to the Mac, and it will get the data signal and the video feed, and also it will provide power to the Neo. So I only have to do it with one cable. But for the dock, because I want to be able to plug up other things, this is made by HP. I don't even know if they're still making computers and stuff like that, but the cable that comes from the monitor that I would typically use to plug into the Neo, I plug it to the back of the dock, and then the dock has one cable coming out of it that plugs into one of the USB-C ports on the Neo. Sorry, that's not in focus, but because of that, this dock has USB ports all over it. So there's one on the front, there's also ports on the back. So I could just plug up these devices to the dock, and it will feed all of that stuff through the dock into the Neo, only using one cord, thus solving our problem of only having one fast port on the Neo, because we just plug all of our peripherals straight into the dock. All right, so let's go ahead and take the Neo, all right, and we're gonna plug it into the fast port. And I already have this paired up with the keyboard and the mouse. So let's see what happens. Oh, I didn't even have to press it. So it automatically, so when you're using the dock, sometimes it takes a minute for the dock to interpret all the signals and know where to route it. I wish this had a freaking fingerprint sensor on it, but neither here nor there. Enter. So we can see right here, maybe you can't see, let me bring you over here. Hold up, I'm coming to get you, coming to get you. So although this is just the A18 Pro in here, as you see right here, I still have my normal options like I would typically see on other Macs. So I have the ability to use the Neo's main display, this right here, as the main display, and I have resolutions all the way up to 2408 by 1506. I also have the option, even with the Neo, to change the main display that we have right here to an extended display or as a mirror for the bigger display. So if I go ahead and click on the bigger display, I also still have the option to change this to the main display or as a mirror. And as you see, I have resolutions all the way up to 3840 by 2160. So the Neo will still push on this monitor all the way up to 4K. I also want to talk real quick about refresh rate. So the Neo by itself can only do 60 hertz. So this screen is only capable of 60 hertz or 60 frames per second refresh rates. However, when you connect it with a USB-C cable or a USB-C to DisplayPort, then it unlocks some options. So at 4K externally, no matter if the Neo has the clamshell open or closed, the max that you'll get is 60 hertz. Now, if we drop down to 1440, then as you see, we have the option for 120 hertz. And I've confirmed that this works with the clamshell open or closed. Now, if we go up to 1080 and go back to the refresh rates right here, so you see 60 hertz, we only have 60 hertz as an option. You probably think, well, why can it do 1440 at 120, but 1080 the max is 60? And there's an explanation as to why. Well, Mac has what's called high DPI. And without getting too nerdy, this is how it handles scaling to make sure that text is sharp, but you're still getting the resolution that you pick. However, if we go down to the low resolution, so the low DPI, and we go back down to refresh rates, now you'll see that we can go actually up to 240 hertz, which is the maximum that this monitor can support. Now, I didn't go through here and test out every single resolution on the list, but all the resolutions and refresh rates I tested all work the same whether the Neo was open or closed. Now, if you're connected to a monitor that offers higher than 240 hertz refresh rate or higher resolution, I don't know what those options will be. Now, we're gonna test out performance in 1 second, but I set this to the main display on Neo, and as you see, we're running at 3840 by 2160, which is why the freaking text is so small. Now that also means that now I can use my Neo as a secondary display if I wanted to use like that for my timeline, that for color grading. You can arrange it however you want to. So let's go ahead and open up Safari real quick just to see how the responsiveness is with Safari. And I'm also gonna check out the activity monitor. I got Best Buy pulled up just to see where our CPU usage is. I feel like I'm running the stress test all over again, but CPU usage is looking good with a 4K monitor connected. Just browsing the internet, we're only at 6% CPU utilization, and our memory pressure is way down, which is a good sign. So let's go ahead and open up one more Safari tab, and then let's open up YouTube. And you know what? Let's just pull up my, no. Let's pull up this right here because that is freaking beautiful. Look at that, y'all. Let's make that full screen. Woo! That's that OLED goodness for you right there, dog. That's that OLED goodness for you right there. That's crazy. All right, we minimize that. Let's go ahead and see where we're at with the activity monitor again. And CPU utilization, we're at hovering about around like 14 to 15%. Although as you see, we are in the yellow. And then last thing I'm gonna do is just open up Final Cut Pro. Again, this is on better performance and it is playing this back just fine. All right, the other thing I wanna show real quick is can you use the Neo as like a secondary monitor to Final Cut Pro or any other editing program that you're using, or like if you wanna use it like a sidecar display or something like that, you absolutely can. So I have my main timeline and editing view right here on the main display, and then I have the actual viewer window down here on the Neo display, and if I press play, it performs just fine. Sorry about the reflections up there. And then lastly, while this is going, let's bring up activity monitor one more time. And we are only at about a 11% load on the CPU usage or system load. And then for memory, we are at in the green. We're not even pegged, y'all. I just want to say real quick that this is damn impressive. Remember, this computer costs $599 and it's connected to a 4K monitor, and it's pushing 4K. We're still able to edit and browse the internet and all that other good stuff. But let's go to the other monitor in there, which will probably present maybe a bigger problem because of the resolution. Let's try it out. All right, now with the main setup, things are not going as well as they did with the other setup. And some of them are probably because of this monitor. Although with my MacBook Pro right here, I'm not having any of the same issues that I'm having with the Neo. So anyways, for starters, this screen does not offer power delivery over USB-C. So although clearly it's connected and it's working, I have to find a way to power this because there's no way to get the power from the monitor. That's a monitor thing. That's not a problem with the Neo. Just a consideration that you might want to think about depending on the monitor that you have. The second thing is this monitor, again, this is a monitor thing, not a Neo thing, does not accept any video input over USB-C, which means for me to get this to work, I have to use a USB-C to DisplayPort cable, which it works fine. However, because of that, and I don't know if this is a Neo limitation, which I think it is, all of the resolutions don't show up, even if I use a program like SwitchRx, which a lot of times you can use, SwitchRes, whatever it's called. A lot of times you can use that to unlock resolutions that aren't typically there to show up, and I can't even get it to show up with this. So neither here nor there. The max resolution that I'm able to output with the MacBook Neo to a stretched monitor like this is 3840 to 1080p. So 1080p, which this is a 1440 monitor. So I'm not able to output the full resolution of this display, which means everything looks kind of blurry on. And then just so you can see available refresh rates on here at the maximum resolution that the Neo will offer me for this monitor of 3840 by 1080. It will give me 120 hertz maximum, although this is a 240 hertz monitor. So that's the max that I'm getting on the Neo. I am able to do that with the MacBook Pro. I can I can output the full, I'm getting so tongue-tied, 5240 by 1440 or whatever it is. The other issue that I'm having with the Neo that I'm not having with the MacBook Pro, and I don't know if this is a way that the Neo handles DisplayPort or something like that, but for whatever reason, the Neo stops sending the signal to the monitor that is connected. So the monitor goes into sleep mode, which you're seeing right now, even though the Neo is clearly still connected. And the only way I can get this to work again is to unplug the Neo and plug it back up. And then for whatever reason, it will send it again to the monitor. Again, I don't know if this is a monitor specific thing, but it's not happening on my MacBook Pro, which will stay connected the whole time with no issue. And also the MacBook Pro does output the full 5240 by 1440, so it outputs the full resolution, whereas the Neo doesn't. The last caveat, and this again might be a monitor thing, so I'm not blaming this on the Neo, these are just my observations. I'm not able to use the Neo in clamshell mode with this monitor over DisplayPort USB-C conversion, all right? Now, I don't know if it's the same if you just run a USB-C cable, whatever, but for whatever reason, as soon as I close it, no matter what configuration I have it in, it disconnects the signal from the monitor. And again, that might be a monitor thing. So I was gonna put y'all back on the anamorphic setup over there, but we right here and I don't feel like transferring all that over anyways. I didn't do a test on the main setup right here because if the Neo can push 4K on the other monitor without problems, basically, this is not a 4K. This is technically a 1440 monitor, although it's a whole lot bigger and wider. So the Neo shouldn't have any problem, I would think, pushing that resolution also. With that being said, the Neo, although it's only $599, you can see if you want this to be like a productivity type docked computer situation, maybe you're taking it in and out of your book bag, you want to come home and plug it up to a monitor real quick, obviously it can do it. All of the issues that I showed you are not really Neo things, although the one with it not showing all the full resolutions for ultra wides, I think that's a Neo thing because they definitely show up on my MacBook Pro, but neither here nor there. If you got typical regular monitors, regular 16:9s or maybe 21:9 monitors, I think you'll be able to run the Neo with no problem. Again, as I always say with the Neo, as long as you don't try to push it too hard. So simple editing, simple photo editing, simple video editing, your common multitasking, web browsing, stuff like that, it'll be able to handle it with no issue. I think for $599, although this although this computer is not perfect, again, you will be damn hard pressed to find a computer this complete with this level of craftsmanship, this fluid, this smooth, this powerful, although it's only an A18 Pro chip, and any other computer out there. You just simply cannot find it. And is it the computer for everybody? No. But for the people that get this, and this is my third time saying this in my third Neo video, the people that get this computer are gonna be freaking thrilled. Let me know what y'all think down in the comment section. I hope this video was helpful to the original poster that comment and anybody else watching this video. And make sure you check out the other 2 MacBook Neo videos at the end of this video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you get notified also when new videos go up. So until next time, I'm out of here. Tight shirt, Terry Warfield. Piece of chicken grease. Much love, y'all. Peace.